Interesantes shows en vivo, tu mejor opción en internet, radiocristalusa.com.
Hi, bienvenidos a mi show. Welcome to Catching Up with Claudia. Now, ojalá que se puedan quedar hasta el final para que puedan escuchar lo que va a compartir mi invitada o mi invitado. Así es que no se les olvide también de seguirnos por las redes sociales. Estamos en todas las plataformas. Hasta luego. Hi there, and welcome back to the live stream and the podcast recording of Catching Up with Claudia, la super comadre of RadioCrystalUSA.com. Now, I was just talking off air before I started right now recording with my super comadre producer, Liliana. Like, what? How many episodes have we recorded? And she said, come on. I want to see your face. And I said, you said number 306 episodes.
306 episodes since 2016.
Since 2016. And then I said, well, what season are we in? And you said,
Sepa la bola.
Sepa la bola. Season, Sepa la bola. So welcome to episode number 306 of season Sepa la bola. Yo soy Claudia Macias, la super comadre de RadioCrystalUSA.com. Now, I just want to say, girl, comadre, amiga, this has been an amazing journey, and I want to say thank you.
It has.
For creating this platform, uplifting others, businesses, shows, my shenanigans. It's been amazing.
The ups and the downs.
The ups and the downs. We've been through so much. You saw my kids grow up,
Yeah. And you've seen mine.
I've seen your kids grow up. Now you're going to be a grandma.
I am, and I'm so happy. I'm so excited. January. I'm so happy. I just wanted to be January the 3rd already.
Oh my God. I am so happy for you. Like we've been through so many life's ups and downs, which makes life.
Yes. Otherwise, it would be boring, comadre.
It would be boring, exactly. And we've shared some stuff, and you shared some stuff, and it's just been an amazing ride. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for sharing.
And I want to thank you, comadre. I want to thank you, comadre, for getting on the boat and for wearing the shirt. Por ponerte la camiseta, como decimos.
Sí.
And for being such a great radio host and podcast host, and you have such a wonderful vibe, and I know a lot of people love you, and a lot of people who don't know you are gonna love you even more on 2025.
Oh, well, thank you, and right back at everyone who's listened, supported, have been there, and have given me the love. So it's like it goes in circles, You give, you get, you receive, you give, you get, and that's what this is about. So thank you.
Exactly.
Well, speaking of, you and I share a background besides doing this amazing show production and sharing of other people's stories. We're both in education.
I love education,
Yes.
and I love being part of what you do here, because you're also educate through what you do. Okay, comadre, I'm gonna be behind the scenes, and let's roll.
All right, so thank you. So today's episode, number 306 of season Sepa la bola, one of those. We're going to talk about education, and especially right now here, if you are here in Houston, Texas. I don't know if you've heard about what's going on with our district, Houston Independent School District, which is one of the largest districts here in Texas, which I think is fourth largest in the U.S. And so in about 10 minutes, I'm going to bring on my two guests, because my two guests tonight have everything to do with the topic of this evening. And the topic of this evening has to do with navigating the Houston Independent School District school choice. And and if you haven't been keeping up with the news, just Google us, Houston ISD. There's a lot of things going on in that district. Not all of it is great, but there are some great things going on, especially at this one particular school that I'm going to highlight this evening. Why? Because I have my own two comadritas who actually attend this special school. And I want to share this. I want to share this with you through their eyes, through their experiences, through my experience and my, what I went through as a parent to ensure that they had a chance to get into this school. All right, so let's get started with Houston ISD. So today, and I want for my comadre Liliana to pull up the link, which is the school choice link. And if you're watching, all it is just HoustonISD.org school choice. Now, this opens up today. And today, by the time you watch this, is going to be a week later, but don't worry. It opens up today, December the 10th, and it closes in February. And what HISD offers is a chance for families that may want another school for their children. Maybe they don't want them to go to the school down the street or in the neighborhood because they want them to go to another school with another program, or maybe another school has something that's going to meet the kids' needs, right? And learning needs or likes, right? And so parents right now, if you live in Houston ISD, you have a chance to sign up and apply to potentially go to another school of your choice. Now, you might not get in, right? But it's worth a shot to sign up and apply because it's through lottery for these schools. There's only so many seats. And it gives a chance, and then they put the kids all in a sorteo on a lottery, and then they pull the names, for your child to have a chance to go into a certain program at another school district within Houston ISD. Now, can kids outside of Houston ISD attend? As of last year, you could if you were outside of the district, only if there were some spots available. But the spots go first for kids within Houston ISD. Now, let's go into the school that my daughters go to. And before I bring them on, my comadritas, to share their experience, I just want to share our experience on what it was like to enter not even the lottery. You have to audition for this school. And the school that I'm going to share about is the Houston, the High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. I threw Houston in there, but actually it's the Kinder High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. And at Kinder HSPVA, this is a high school. So that has a specialty, and their specialty is in the name, Performing and Visual Arts. So what I'm showing my comadre is showing right now, and if you're watching, it's HoustonISD.org, and all I did was Google HSPVA, how do I apply? And it takes you right into it. So, and we're going to have these links in the show description of episode number 306. So that way you can go back and look at it. So let's say you have a little one right now in the 8th grade that is been dancing and they've been in dance classes, productions, ballet folklorico, ballet, modern dance. Maybe that's their thing. And they're in 8th grade. Now's the time to apply and to audition for HSPVA. Maybe your child's great in mariachi. Maybe they've been playing mariachi since they were little, or maybe they just picked up mariachi 2 years ago, but they're super good, right? HSPVA has a mariachi group. So you can sign up your child to audition and go through the application process for HSPVA. So, comadre, if you could pull up that link really quick so that way I can read it off and share with the families. For HSPVA alone, if you go back to that link that shares how do you apply for HSPVA, it actually gives you all the information there. So there's an audition. And, when you sign up, step one is that you have to sign up at the school choice website between December the 10th through February the 12th. And you sign up, you apply, you got to put all your information, your kids' information, address. It's really long. So you're going to need to take a lot, like sit down, make sure you have great internet, make sure you have, a laptop, because it's better to use a laptop or a big computer than a phone. And then you're going to sign up. Now, your child can audition, because this is what they have there. They have creative writing. What if your child's great at writing stories and they're getting a lot of feedback, how they're great writers, they got great imaginations, right? They have a creative writing program. They have instrumental music. What if they're a great piano player or trombone player or violin player, or they play the harp, right? They have that. They also have theater. So if you got some kids that like to act and they've been doing some acting and they're really dramas, or drama kids, right? And they have been into acting and theater, they have a theater audition. Let's say that they're great at painting, sculpting, making pictures, drawing, sketching, creating art. They have an audition for the arts, for visual arts. Let's say you have a little songbird who loves to sing and can sing. They also have an audition for the vocal program. So this is what they have. These are the programs that they have at HSPVA. So now's the time to make sure that you go in there and you apply, and then you get ready to upload or to attend the auditions. Because the first thing you do is, once you apply, you put in all the information, the next thing you need to do is upload. For example, if your child is a visual artist and you're applying for the visual arts department, they're going to tell you to upload certain drawings, and they'll let you know. And if you are going to be trying out for singing, then they will let you know, when, what you need to sing, and then you record it, and then you upload it into the school choice portal. It's a website that I've been talking about. So it's and what I wanted to do is just share this journey, because it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough because the kids are still in school. They're in 8th grade, and they're having to create the art, or practice the music, or practice the script. And then you're going to record this at home. So just be ready that you're going to need phones. You're going to need some mics if you can. You're going to need computer usage, internet, because it's a lengthy process. And I know for us, it drove us a little nuts, because I had 2 girls that were auditioning at the same time. And let me give you a strategy or a tip. Okay. So if you don't mind, comadre, to go back to the Kinder HSPVA and just leave it there. When they're going through the HSPVA auditions, that means that they're uploading the videos, uploading their art. Make sure you don't do it at the last minute like we did. But let me tell you, we did it. But let me tell you, just make sure you have a great internet. Like I said, a steady web connection. Make sure that that the kids have worked on their singing, or their acting, or their whatever they're drawing to, or whatever they're writing, because there's also a writing piece too. So, but the tip I want to give you is apply for 2 departments, meaning, like, for example, for me, I had 2 girls, right? One of them applied for the creative writing department and the visual arts department. And my other one applied for the theater and the vocal department. And I had a super comadre that told me that tip. And her name is Diana Davila, because at that time that my girls were in the 7th grade and they were about to go into 8th grade, they had a chance to meet a senior who was a young lady who was a senior at that time, about 2 years ago. And she was giving us all kinds of tips. And the mom said, hey, make sure your kids audition for 2, because if they don't get into one, maybe they won't get in through one department, they could get in through the other. So so that's what a tip I want to give you. Do not wait until the last minute. That's one tip. Tip number 2 is make sure you have multiple laptops, accessibility, great internet to upload the information, and know that you're going to have to record. So if you got phones, get your phones there. You're gonna have to record stuff, and then you have to upload it, and it's gonna take time. So And one thing I really want to emphasize is that for me, and this is me, Claudia, la super comadre, I want to see more kids that look like my girls in all of the programs, in all of the departments, the creative writing department, the vocal department, the theater department. We have a lot of Latinos, a lot of Hispanic kids, right, in the mariachi group. And, we do have a few that are not Latinos, and that's awesome because they got in and we have some kids that are not Latinos and they get into the mariachi program. They're doing amazing. But I would love to share this information to families. And I'm going to switch a little bit en español para que la gente que escuche en español este programa, que estoy aquí para darles una información sobre cómo aplicar y hacer las audiciones para entrar a esta escuela, que es una escuela especial, que tiene especialidades en los departamentos de arte, de baile, de mariachi, de actuación, de artes, de hacer pinturas, o sea, de poder escribir cuentos, ¿verdad? Entonces, lo que yo quiero dar ahorita a las personas que están escuchando en español, que yo quiero que ustedes tomen esa oportunidad y que vayan a estos sitios que vamos a poner en la descripción de este show de cómo aplicar para esta prepa. Si ustedes ahorita tienen un niño o una niña que está en el grado 8, en el grado que se dice 8th grade, que hacen por irse a la prepa, esa es una oportunidad de aplicar para quizás entrar a un programa de prepa donde pueden seguir creciendo su talento. Y no solamente es una escuela de puro canto o de baile, ahí también tienen que echarles ganas en las matemáticas, en la lectura, en las ciencias. Entonces es un programa muy pesado y fuerte, pero es un programa muy bonito también porque da la oportunidad que los niños y las niñas puedan seguir creciendo su talento y a la misma vez están aplicándose en sus materias para poder salir adelante y quizás ir a un programa, un colegio, una universidad y seguir sus estudios después de la prepa. Pero mi motivo también de hoy de este programa es papás y mamás. Si ustedes tienen un hijo o una hija que les gusta el baile y pueden bailar muy bien de chiquitos o están ahorita tocando en el mariachi, porque HSPVA tiene un mariachi, o si se pueden pintar muy bien y dibujar muy bien y ustedes ven que tienen ese don, esta es una oportunidad para que ellos puedan aplicar y también hacer una audición, porque tienen que para poder asistir a esta escuela, tienen que hacer una audición, tienen que escucharlos cantar, tienen que verlos bailar, tienen que verlos dibujar y escribir, porque les van a decir, pues escribe un cuento sobre esto, ¿verdad? Este tema. Y entonces esas son las audiciones y luego de allí es donde van a escoger los niños, los alumnos que van a entrar al programa, a la escuela de HSPVA debido a su talento, ¿verdad? Y quiero darle un tip, lo que se dice, ¿verdad? Número 1, no se esperen mucho tiempo porque aunque se abren las inscripciones y también para preparar las audiciones, hoy el 10 de diciembre se cierra en febrero. Y uno puede decir, no, pues tenemos diciembre, enero, febrero. El tiempo se va rápido y nosotros estuvimos ahí a la última hora tratando de subir toda la información porque les puedo decir que todo es hecho por la computadora, por aplicaciones, por los sitios del web, por HISD. Así es que tienen que tomar el tiempo, tienen que ver sus conexiones por el internet, que todo pueda trabajar muy bien porque van a subir la información, van a subir van a tener que hacer videos, van a tener que hacer grabaciones de la niña cantando, el niño cantando o la niña va a tener que escribir un cuento y tenemos que subir toda la información debido a lo que ustedes van a aplicar, por el departamento que el niño le guste o tiene ese don. Y entonces, otro tip, si su niño o niña tiene dos talentos, a lo mejor está en el mariachi, toca el mariachi muy bien y también está en el ballet folclórico y bailan muy bien ballet, como ballet o danza moderno, ¿verdad? Apliquen para hacer las audiciones para dos departamentos, no solamente uno, porque si a lo mejor no sale en uno, a lo mejor puede entrar con otro talento. Así es que apliquen y hagan audiciones para dos departamentos. Así es que la primera es, no se esperen hasta la última hora para subir toda la información, para hacer la aplicación. Y número dos es, apliquen por dos departamentos. ¿Y qué era la tercera? What was the third one, Silali?
Apply for two.
Apply for two.
Apply as early as you can.
Sí, no te esperes mucho.
And
y tener conexiones de internet fuertes.
yes.
Y saber que van a tener que usar el teléfono para hacer las grabaciones y tienen que subir la información al sitio web. Así es que esas son las claves que les quiero dar a ustedes, esos tips para que se preparen y puedan aplicar y luego entregar las audiciones o hacer las audiciones. La única audición que se tiene que hacer en persona, esa parte que no van a subir información, es de baile. Eso sí tienen que ir a la escuela, ¿verdad? Okay, so I gave the information I just gave in English and Spanish, and then I'm going to give you that much, but I want to just pause right here because now I want you to meet my two comadritas. They're in the wings. I'm going to bring the first one. Where's the other comadre? Good. Can you go get her? So I'm going to bring my first comadrita on, and she's going to share her experience, and I'm going to ask her some questions. And she's someone that's already been through it, and she's here to share her story, and I'm going to guide her story as she shares her experience as being a student at HSPVA. So I wanted to bring on Citlali. Woo! Come on down, Citlali and Pilar. You want to come on down, Pilar? Woo! Come on down, Pilar and Citlali. So have a seat. So welcome to episode number 306. And if you're listening, we're actually wearing pajamas because it's Christmas time. We got hot cocoa here for you guys. And this is episode 306. I've been doing this since 2016. Damn. I know. And we don't even know what season this is. We're just calling it season Sepa la Bola, meaning I don't know. Season I don't know. So, and I want to dedicate this last one of the year to catching up with you, introducing you to the viewing and listening audience, because they've heard all about you, they know about you, but they don't know you. So, and I thought, what better time than to bring you on so that you can share, number one, who you are through your education experience. And also, for me, education is super important. I used to be a teacher, you know that. I used to be a principal and all that. But I'm still a teacher. I'm still sharing information. And there's families out there that could benefit from hearing our story and our journey into the school HSPVA, that you both, through your own merit, through your own, your own talent, and that you got in. So I'm going to start off with the oldest one. La Citlali. So Citlali, I'm going to ask you tell us your name,
okay,
your age, and what grade are you in?
Okay.
And speak loud so they can hear you.
Okay. Right here.
Right there, yeah.
My name is Citlali. I'm 16 years old, and I'm in the visual art department.
And what year are you graduating?
2027.
All right. So say loud and proud so we can see so they can hear you.
2027.
There you go. And you can lean forward too. And I brought your book out.
Oh.
I had your book here. Let's see. You want to go ahead and reach for it? So Citlali has her book, and this is something that is part of her curriculum. But before you share a little bit about what's in your journal, I just want to start off with a couple of questions. What, for those parents and students that are in 8th grade right now, that just got the news, school choice is opening up December the 10th. Today's December the 10th, and it closes in February. Now, let's go back when you were going through that process, right? What is one thing that you would share to the students and the parents who are right now just learning about HSPVA, or they want to see if their kids can get can get in by audition?
Okay, so obviously, you have to. Well, in my department, it required you making art pieces based off a sort of like a packet you print out. When you go to the website, you can look and scroll to which department you want to audition for, and you can choose you click on your department that you want to audition for. You look at the requirements, you fill out the requirements. It could be like writing prompts and along with your art prompts that you have to fill out. And then after that, you audition via a video. You film yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You state your name, your age, your grade level. You give a bit of a background about yourself, and then you submit it to them along with, I think it's a certain number of pieces that you've made, personal pieces of your own work, along with those that sort of packet of printed out papers on the website.
Now, that is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel when you were in that process? What share it and be honest, tell them it wasn't easy. So, but how did it feel when you were going through that?
It was pretty stressful. It was overwhelming, and I kind of waited till the last minute to submit everything, the day of, which is something you should not do.
Yeah, we had and you had everything done.
Yeah, everything was done.
But you were we were all running around.
Till the last
yeah, and you're we're don't get on the internet. Okay, everybody. Oh, we gotta have just one laptop on, and we didn't. We have how many laptops?
I don't know.
I had my laptop, my work laptop. You had y'all's Chromebooks. We literally had 4 laptops running, trying to get this done. So if you were to tell them, you said it was stressful, it was crazy. So what tip do you give the students that are applying and the parents?
The tips I would give you are I honestly, I wrote myself a little script and then I read off of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was auditioning for. That was made it a lot easier because it does get overwhelming having to film yourself when you don't really know how to interview yourself. So I wrote myself a script and I read off that script. I did a couple takes. I tried to just be just one whole take. Don't try and cut things out and stuff. Just one whole take. They ask of you to sit in a sort of blank background, just a wall. You could sit on your couch or on your bedroom, just make sure your wall is sort of it looks,
I forgot about that. I forgot that you had to do a little speech.
It's
So this is really great reviewing, because now you're reviewing and you're reminding me now this is gold, and this is gold because you're sharing with a student that they're going to have to learn how to interview, record themselves, have a nice background that's not distracting, have a script. These are really great tips and for your department, for visual arts, you had to do that. Now you applied for 2 departments. You did visual arts and you also did creative writing. What was the creative writing process like? I think you wrote. Did they give you a prompt?
They did.
Okay. And then?
They did give me a prompt.
Sure. And I have hot chocolate for you if you'd like some.
It's right there.
Okay.
They did give me a prompt, but
was that a prompt you had to upload? You wrote it while you were at the school?
Okay, so that's when you get a call back.
We gotta talk about the callbacks. Yeah.
I'll get to the creative writing part. I'm trying to remember. So in creative writing, I scrolled down to creative writing. Once I was done submitting for visual art, I checked out. Well, obviously beforehand, I already had stuff printed out and ready to fill out, or docs I had to fill out because Google Docs.
Mm-hmm.
So I read the material already, and then all I did, creative writing was easier because all you had to do was just like write little short stories,
right?
something
Okay.
small.
Okay.
And they had a couple of prompts to answer. They said to like make up words.
Uh-huh.
It changes yearly.
Yeah.
So I think this one was like make up a word and add a definition to it.
Oh, yeah. Really
Like,
creative
verb,
stuff.
Subject, add, like make it like what you would find in the dictionary.
Okay.
That was one of the prompts, and then another one was like a short story.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the third was write. Okay, so it was like an exercise where you take 3 random words,
Uh-huh.
and then they all sort of correlate with each other. 3 random words, and then you have to use one of those random made-up words that you made up yourself, and you have to use it in like a short story.
Oh, wow. Oh, I forgot about that.
So it's like 3 different prompts, and they all sort of correlate.
Okay. And then you took all that information and you had to upload it to the website.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you this. I forgot one thing. That's the audition piece where you upload everything. And then there's a callback, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring in the other comadrita next to her and just scoot on over so she can get close. You can scoot this way so she can get close to the mic. So here's the thing. You upload everything into the portal, into the website. You know, whether it's creative writing, you got to enter all the creative writings you did, right? Or if it's visual arts, you upload the works, your portfolio, 10 works of yours. Is it 10? They'll let you know. They'll let you know how many to upload. Or 5? So 5 works that you are like, these are my best 5 works, and I want to show these off. So you have to take pictures of them and upload them. And then they give you prompts of what to draw. And then you have to upload that. And so then you submit it, and we just cross our fingers, right?
Yeah.
So we submitted that, and we crossed our fingers, right? So that was
December?
I forgot. Was it December or January?
December.
It was in December. Okay. So let's just say, so that's the first thing we did. That's called the audition, right? So
January.
It was January. Yeah. So
January
you upload everything. And this time you have to have everything uploaded by February. So they've extended it to February instead of just January. So now, so let's stop right there. So Lali just talked about how she uploaded all her information and how we were going crazy and how we were doing it last minute. So don't do it last minute. And, but she did it. It was stressful. I was losing my marbles. I was like, all over the place. Like, we gotta turn it in. We can't miss a deadline. And I'm sorry, because I did go a little nutty. But now I want to bring in my other comadrita, my other daughter, Pilar. So Pilar, talk a little bit about what was it like for you when you auditioned, meaning you uploaded information for theater and for vocal department. So first of all, introduce yourself.
I'm Pilar, and I go to that school, and I'm in vocal right now.
In your class of?
2027.
So they're both 10th grade. So when you went through the process, talk a little bit about how it was to apply for vocal and then apply for theater, right? And talk loud so they can hear you.
I wouldn't say it was that different. I would say I got help from both of my teachers in middle school, which was, I think, created a big impact on it, because I was kind of given like a boost up and a support system if I needed help with anything. In terms of applying, I basically did the same amount of videos for both departments. I did a classical song for voice and a patriotic song, and then a little introduction. And for theater, I auditioned with a monologue and just an MT song, an MT's musical theater. I feel like what they want to see in somebody's introduction is if maybe they're passionate or they know that the admissions people could see that this person's going to be a good student and will work hard at what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I would say they would look for that, because that's what I mainly talked about for my introductions. I talked about my experiences and my passion for the arts and singing and acting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, how was the feeling that you got when you were doing this? Did you feel that it was easy? Did you feel at times it was stressful? You mentioned you had help from your teachers. I think that's a really great tip of
Mhm.
sharing right now. Is find those people that are going to be your champions, right? They're going to be your support. Um, and what about feelings? How did it feel? Was it exciting? Was it exhilarating? Was it crazy? Was it nauseating? What was it like?
It was just a lot, like my sister said, like um yeah.
You can
it
be
was-
honest.
I remember my sister.
It's all right.
It was a lot, definitely a lot of pressure from our mom and not really her dad, but
Well,
definitely a lot of expectations to be met, and I'm just glad it's over.
yeah. But I really appreciate you sharing your insight because we need to be real, and I feel that we got some help a little bit. We didn't get this much, but we didn't know how stressful it's going to be. We didn't know about, that making sure that everything got put into all these websites, right? But one thing that I want to say thank you to Mr. Tony Garcia, because Mr. Garcia knew that you guys wanted to go to HSPVA. He goes, you need to talk to Diana Davila. And I remember Diana Davila, who used to be on the board of HISD. And at that time, her daughter was a senior. And he goes, you got to meet Diana Davila and Diana Davila Jr. I'm like, okay. And she at the time was a senior. And I remember we had coffee because then Mr. Garcia was like, y'all need to talk. And we did. We went to Brass Tacks and had a chance to meet with little Dianita Davila, who at that time was a senior. How helpful was that conversation, or was it? What did you take away from meeting someone that was already on their way out, that was a senior at that time? Was that helpful? What is one thing you walked away with?
I don't know. It was nice to get to know her for sure. I actually kind of forgot about that.
You forgot. It's been a while. It's been a long time. And you know what? And I do want to say that at that time, your dad was going through a really, really rough patch. At that time, he's already cured, but at that time he was battling cancer. And you guys, despite that challenge, you continued moving forward. You did so much work to be in your school program and then to apply. So I just want to say that I can understand where sometimes those things, happen. You're like, oh my God, I forgot about that. I walked away with information that I needed. And this is something that I wanted to do and open up with this podcast and this live stream, is to share with other families who have talented kids, so that they have a chance and the knowledge so that they can prepare to audition for this. And I remember being a camera person for you. I remember trying to help you with lighting, or here's a script, or I would be off the camera asking you the question and then you would answer it. Do you remember that?
I remember me.
I remember when you dressed me up for your musical theater. Your theater audition.
She auditioned for 2.
Yeah. So talk about that. When you did the theater, what were some of the audition material you had to prepare? Was it something that you could pick? Like, could you go pick a show that you wanted to, audition with and prepare material for, or was it given to you?
It was the first one. We were supposed to write out or like draw like a little set or what it would look like, and then imagine like what the character would look like. I can't remember much of that, but it was kind of around that, and you just submitted it like a collage or something.
Yeah, you were like cutting and pasting. And I remember you going through my closet and putting together like character wardrobes. Do you remember that? And so you guys did an immense job of balancing life. That current program that you were at, which was Maryland PVA, and then getting ready to go to HSPVA. Now, then there's a callback. So once you submit everything, then we crossed our fingers, right? And then we had to wait. It was a waiting game. And then in between you submitting, then you get a call back. Do you remember when we got our callbacks?
Yeah, I remember we were at school.
April. What
Well, like-
month was it?
I forgot.
It's more like
March.
the moment.
March.
Yeah. So how did
We
what,
were-
what
I
was
remember
it?
the callback.
So when you
Okay.
got the callback, and I'm going to explain to those that are listening. So there's not it's you submit everything, and then you got to wait for something called a callback. So if you get a callback, that means that you're invited to come back to the school and audition again. Another audition. So what was it like? Where were you when you got that callback?
We were at school. We were doing the all-school musical at Ireland. And I was with my sister, and like mom called us. I was like, oh, is it the callbacks? And she was like, yeah. And we were really happy because our friend got a callback too. But one of our friends did not.
Oh,
We were
I
all in
know.
the theater together.
Yeah, we're all doing it
We were all
together.
running around.
I remember you guys contacting me, asking me, did you? Y'all were sending me texts. I'm like, I haven't got anything yet, because phones, parents were calling their kids, right, at school, and people were getting the
Yeah.
messages. And I was over here looking at my phone like, I haven't got anything, but I was praying. I had candles. People were praying. I had my fingers crossed, my toes crossed, my eyes crossed, everything crossed.
Mhm.
And then when you got it, and then I'm like, all right, you got a call back. Then that meant, so talk a little bit about what the callback meant for you, Pilar, first.
What it meant?
Yeah, so a callback means what? You go where now?
I go to the school and I sing my songs.
Uh-huh.
I think I only had to sing one of them.
Yeah.
But I just had to sing it in front of all the vocal teachers.
Yeah. What was that was I can only imagine it might have been stressful.
Very stressful.
Was it stressful? Was it not? And what do you recommend kids prepare for, like when they get their callback? What
I
tips do you
can't
have
talk
for
about what kids can prepare for because they actually changed it up now.
them?
Last year, when I did it, I only could sing a classical song and a patriotic song, but now they're doing where you can sing whatever song you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, for that one.
Mhm.
And I think the same patriotic song.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's going to be like now.
Yeah.
But I think when I did it, I just remember what my teachers were telling me, like
Uh-huh.
Mr. Wall, like he was
Yeah.
like telling me all these vocal tips. And I was like, okay, I've practiced this for so many times. You got this. Like, just go in there. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
They asked me something about my name, and I was like, yeah, that's my name. And oh yeah, also, you for the callback, if you're going to vocal, they're gonna ask you to sight read, which is basically like seeing like those notes on like the 5 lines on the paper.
Mhm.
And if you don't know it, that's okay. They're just looking to see how good your song is. And if you know how to sight read, that's great too.
And if you don't, it's okay.
It's fine because they like come off not really because of what you already know, but just like your talent and like how much like your drive is.
Yeah. You did mention earlier that they're looking for students who are passionate, who are open to learning, who like, and for me, watching you go through this program, you've grown from receiving feedback. And I want to say being open to feedback. What was that like to then receive feedback on your art, on your talent, on what it is that you got in for?
I feel like receiving feedback wasn't anything new, but I definitely like learned to take constructive criticism better because I used to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so insecure about this. Like, wow. But now that I see it, I know it's just to help me grow.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm singing a song and like one of my teachers help me out, like I just know it's all for the better.
Yeah. Yeah. And we got 5 minutes left, and I just want for you now, and then we'll have a couple of closing words. For you, like, what was it like when you already got the call back, and then we're waiting now. We're all the parents.
Yeah.
We are like waiting on our phones I remember it was April the 3rd.
You remember the
I remember the date. And I remember being in a meeting, on a Zoom meeting, and I had my personal laptop and I had my work laptop, and I was in a Zoom meeting. I was like, y'all, I'm waiting today. They said by midnight, and all the parents were like texting each other. Did you find out? Did you find out? My kid got in. I'm still waiting. And so then I got the text for Citlali first. And then
I look pretty in that picture.
And then Pilar was like texting me, Mom.
I was?
Yeah, you sent me a message. Hey, have you heard anything? Have you heard anything? And I was like, I haven't heard anything yet.
Remember that.
And then we got yours.
Yeah.
I was so proud of you guys. And you got in for creative writing. Silani got in for both creative writing and visual arts. And you had to make a choice. And what did you choose?
I chose visual arts.
Why?
Because it just seemed way more like I need to do this.
That was your thing.
Because I've been doing it. It's literally
Since
I was really, really little.
Uh-huh.
I've always liked it, and it's just very competitive to get into.
Yeah.
Aww, it's us the hospital.
Yeah.
Well, mom
My
made us
MPVA shirt.
Mom made us take pictures.
My missing dogs. My missing dogs.
Yes, and your dad was so proud. And at that time, your dad was recovering in the hospital, but we wanted him to be a part of that celebration. So we showed up with a sticker. We had to pose.
I'm not a fan of this picture.
I know you're not, but these are great memories. And your
are.
dad is so proud of you. And here you are. We're just going through some
Look at his
pictures.
shirt in
Your
his
first
back.
day of school.
It's cute.
Here we are going to school. I think this is your second. This is this year.
That's the first day.
That's your first day of school.
Ever. Not of this year.
Of last year. And we're just going through a photo montage.
Ooh, Music Fest.
So
if you're really interested in going and you're not in 8th grade, I say come to Music Fest. Definitely come. You can see all the instrumental departments, no matter like what you're interested in, if it's vocal, mariachi, or orchestra, or band, or jazz band, like anything.
Yes.
Or piano. They're gonna have all of it, like all throughout the school, and you can like get your own tour of the school, and you can see like what the kids have to offer and the teachers.
Absolutely. And not forget, girls, you went to middle school workshops there even before you were at HSPVA. Now, just to let you know, moms and dads, caregivers, parents, if your kids in the 7th, 8th, and 6th grade, is it 6th grade too?
Yes.
Your kids, if they're in middle school right now, but for next year, because they don't have them anymore.
Look at her.
There are middle school workshops that your kids can go. Now, they do have a charge of $80 to $100, but if your child goes to an HISD school, you can get it. You can get scholarship. The parents don't have to pay. So you've heard it first. You've heard it from my girls, my super comadrita Citlali and my super comadrita Pilar. We're right now going through a journey because how did they end up at this school? Well, my brother went to HSPVA. He was a visual artist. I didn't even know this school existed, but that's okay. I still sang later on. But for them to go and have this to go to the school, have this opportunity, I'm super proud of you. But just know that you've been at this, because parents are always like, "Oh my God, you got one kid in HSPVA." I'm like, "No, I got 2." They're like, "What? How did you do that?" I said, "It wasn't me. It was them. They did it."
Also, like, there might be like a likelihood of you getting in if your siblings there. That's what I heard, because like I know a few siblings too. Like, okay, I actually forgot all the names, but I know like a few siblings that have both gone. And like, I think if she was in the grade above me,
you probably would have definitely.
I definitely would have got in. Either if that makes sense.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for being here at episode number 306 of season. I don't know what it is right now.
300? I thought it was 300.
We're episode 300.
No, we're episode 300.
I thought you meant like season, like winter and spring.
No, we don't even know. No, like season, because sometimes they're like season 1, season 2, season 3. We've been doing this since 2016. I guess this is season 2024. And we're ending it today with our experience of getting these 2 girls into the high school for the performing and visual arts. And just so you know, they already opened up the links. So go ahead and if your kid's talented, you want them to go to an amazing school so they can grow their talent and then move on to an amazing college or university program.
Yes.
Talk about the academics a little bit, but we got to go. That's going to be part 2 of our show when we come back in January of 2025, because not only do they go around and sing songs like that show Glee, but they also have to buckle down and do chemistry and math and reading. And actually, we're going to go ahead and stop now, because these two probably need to go do some homework. Do you have any homework?
Yes.
Yeah. When do they not? All right. So this is episode number 306. We're ending 2024 with an amazing experience, which is we're sharing it with you. So moms and dads and caregivers, get on that website. If you have a super talented child, make sure that you apply and you submit those auditions, because this could be a great opportunity for them, especially I want to see more kids that look like these girls, Latinitas, Hispanas. We need more of them. We need more people like y'all in all the departments there at HSPVA. And I just want to give a shout out to Dr. Priscilla Rivas. She's the first Latina there as the principal. And she herself, she's a dancer. She's a folkloric dancer. And she has done an amazing job of leading HSPVA, even during these tumultuous times where we have a new superintendent that, we don't agree with. But HSPVA is still going strong, and it's such a blessing. So if you can get your kids in there, start the application today. The link is open December the 10th. Work on those auditions. Make sure you don't do it at the last minute. Make sure you ask for help. Build yourself a community of helpers. I went out and I reached to all my family friends who were either artists or, writers, connected to HSPVA and said, hey, you got some pointers? What can I do? But just know that these girls got in for their talents. This one over here, Pilar, has been doing acting and singing since she was about almost 4. Citlali had been going to Glassell since she was about 4 years old. And we just had to follow. I just had to figure out and follow them and see what their likes and their talents were, and then just kind of guide them. And that's all you can do, is expose them, put them in programming, go to Mecca, go to TBH, go to Glassell, go to Wildfish, go to wherever there's programming for little ones to practice their talent, to see what it is that they like. And then that's how you grow it. You just got to follow them and see what it is that they like to do. All right. So we're going to sign off today. Thank you to our great sponsors who are always there sponsoring us. Everyone from Chris Pignon with the photography, to Cookie Face Cosmetics, who's always sharing and sending me makeup, to Ilsa's Glam Boutique, who's always making sure that I have all kinds of glamorous jewelry to wear. And also for Menaway, because she keeps my hot flashes in check. And, and also, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're in our pajamas because this is our Christmas pajama episode 306 until 2025. See you later. Adios. Tan tan. Gracias por haber estado aquí en el show Catching Up with Claudia. ¿Tan tan? ¿Ya terminamos? Ok, bye.
Radio Cristal USA es patrocinado por Supernova Furniture, la mueblería de los paquetes de las ofertas más famosas. BAMSA Global, servicio de inmigración con más de 40 años de experiencia. Doneraki Fuego y Mar, con su auténtica comida mexicana que bien se come en Doneraki. Fred Haas Toyota World, es el concesionario número 1 de Texas y siempre tiene el auto que estás buscando. América Cinemas, te ofrece las mejores películas dobladas y subtituladas al español. Ostionería Michoacán, donde comes a gusto y delicioso, y siempre hay una cerca de ti. Gracias por patrocinarnos.
Música variada, interesantes shows en vivo, tu mejor opción en internet, Radio Cristal.